I think it worked today. So we are actually on schedule. Let me just make sure that it is actually working because I'm always paranoid, especially after yesterday's snafu. And wouldn't you know? Oh, no, it is working. Hallelujah. Woo! All right. Let us rock and roll. I am super excited. I mean, I was excited yesterday. I got a little bit weirded out when we couldn't go live on time and I was having technical issues, but I was excited yesterday. I am like blown away today at the when I see the amount of action you all are taking, and the posting and the engagement and the activity in the group has just been, I mean, it's been phenomenal. Phenomenal. So let me know. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, or smash the heart button if you got value from yesterday. If you had if that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed that content. So a bunch of those coming in. I appreciate that. Kathy and Ron and Shane. Yeah, come on. Let me know if you found yesterday helpful. Go ahead and smack that like button. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right on. Right on. So here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to start today with. I want to kind of do a little debriefing session from yesterday. And we'll pick we have our winner selected for the first prize, the prize for the first day. Look at this. Oh man, we might have, I don't know. I thought we had the winner picked, but maybe we might have to reconsider based upon one of the comments that just came in. So what I want to do is debrief. We're going to pick a winner, and then we're going to get into today's action item. And let you get to it so you can so we can get some even more results. So Jim was playing catch up. He just got it today. And Ken got 2 leads already. 2 leads already. Hot dog. That's what I'm talking about. Giddy up, giddy up. So here's what I have seen and what I've noticed, and what I want to commend for all of you. Actually, before I do that, so we can give time. Oh, look at that! Somebody else has 2 leads. Allison, 2 leads as well. Golly, you all are cranking it. I love it. So before I get into what I'm seeing, our takeaways, and William may have some thoughts there as well. Before we do that, I want to know from, so obviously you guys are sharing results. What I would like to hear is your top 1 or 2 lessons or takeaways from yesterday's call. So let us know in the comments, top 1 or 2 lessons or takeaways from yesterday's. And while those are coming in, here's what I noticed, and what I've been so encouraged by and impressed by was, number 1, Deanna. I think I'm saying that right. Deanna, look at that. Man, you guys are absolutely killing it. Deanna got a couple of leads as well. So number 1 is the fact that you all are taking action, which is why, and I keep looking over here just in case you're wondering, over here is where I'm looking at the feed and making sure that it's working and so forth. But number 1, what I notice is you guys are taking action. Like, bravo, kudos. I've been blown away by the videos that some of you created, the posts that you created, some of you sharing screenshots of emails that you've sent, just like massive action. And if you've known me for any length of time, like that's one of the things that's one of my hallmarks is massive action, right? Massive action. That's number 1. Number 2, what I've noticed is that you all are getting results because of that. Now, is everybody getting 2 leads? No, but we talked about that yesterday, right? We can't guarantee that you're going to get this specific result from this specific action. But I can tell you that if you do the right things long enough and consistently enough, and in our case, for the week, you're going to get some results, right? You're going to get some results. When you do the right things for a long enough period of time, you can't help but keep the results from coming, okay? So kudos for taking action. Amazing results that we're seeing. And I see some lessons and takeaways coming in. So here's what I'm going to do. Until we get at least 10 of you that share a lesson or takeaway, at least 10 of you, we're not gonna dive into today's lesson. Anna, that's a great one. Before I forget, I wanted to notify if you're watching this outside of the challenge group, there are two reasons why we're streaming this outside of the challenge group. Number one, it's Texting Tuesday, which for those of you who are in my 0 to 100 in real estate group, you know that every Tuesday we do a live, and Tuesday is normally Texting Tuesday, and it still is. So just stay tuned for that. That's a little precursor to today's topic. So we're streaming live into there because the streaming platform that I use is actually working today the way it's supposed to. And number two, streaming to the YouTube channel because a couple of people had asked for that so that they could turn on notifications so that they don't miss the live session. So just a heads up on that. Some great lessons and feedback, but we're not at 10 yet, people. We're not at 10 yet. And by the way, Brian, and we'll have probably a couple more coming into the Zoom room as VIP. Brian, if there's anything that you would like to share, if you have a question and you'd like us to bring you on to ask that question, or if there's anything we can dig into specifically for you, please don't hesitate to ask. You can pop it in the chat, or just I don't know how you raise a hand on the Zoom thing. I should know how to do that because I've been Zooming forever, but somehow or another you can raise your hand. All right, keep the lessons coming. And hopefully we'll get to 10 by the time. Lesson one lesson, make sure the wording states that I'm looking for unrepresented sellers. Okay. I'm curious. So I'm curious for those of you that did that, how did you word that? Because I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. I'm not sure that that's like, for me, that would be a 100% thing, because my only hesitation with that is you don't want to confuse people that might respond that aren't represented, or where, a confused mind will say no. And so we want to make it as easy as possible for someone to respond. Brian, thank you for that. Says, thank you. Great content is great so far.
And I wanted to jump in real quick. I wanted to congratulate Ken because he said he got a couple of leads, but then also I was kind of really impressed by Kathy because she said not only did she get a couple of leads, but one of them was from a lady that wants to list. And one thing that I wanted to point out is these aren't leads that are being fought for by 50 other real estate agents that are sold 90 times on Zillow. These are exclusive leads for people that are ready to take action right now in this market. And it is very hot, as we all know.
Love it. Love it. Ron, use a general idea of a customer and share to generate additional leads. Doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't, but I would say it's got to be authentic, right? It's got to be authentic and legitimate, right? So you don't want to make it too generic, right? You want to have it be believable because there is a real client. The story that I did for mine, it's Hassan and his family. Like, those are real legitimate clients of us. And I'm not saying that that's what you're saying, Ron. I'm just want clarity for clarity's sake there. Anna, this is a critical, it's like a simple thing, and literally it's 5 words, 6 words. You don't ask, you don't get. You don't ask, you don't get, right? So you're asking for help, and because you ask for help, which Jim said, love the asking for help. When you ask for help, people will go out of their way to try and help you. Laura, I got 1 buyer lead looking for something similar to what I was posting. Okay, that's a result. Harry, it was easy. That was his takeaway. Ken, take action. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just take action. Amen to that. Allison, if you put in the work and the time, things will happen. Having someone hold you accountable helps to keep you motivated, right? And I will share, I will be very transparent here that for years, I resisted accountability. And that was such a immature way of thinking. I now welcome accountability. And because of that, I am more accountable, not just to others, but to myself. So great stuff there. Jackie, a lot easier than I thought. Thank you. Right on, Jackie. Kathy, oh, there are 10. She was just letting me know. Okay. So a couple more, and then we'll continue on here. In fact, the next thing we're going to do is announce our winner. It's got a button on the bottom, raise hand. Yeah, I don't see it on mine. Maybe it's because I'm in the admin. I can't raise my hand to myself. John Rawlings, 2 leads as well. Look at that. Verbatim what you said. Me too. 0 leads for my post. We'll send an email today. Well, Sheila, we got to start somewhere. And listen, you took action. And I have a story. That I want to share to that end. Realtors keep responding to me. Okay, fair enough. But that's some response. That's some activity. So it's working on some level. Kathy, I stated that there was nothing in the MLS that suited. If they're represented, they would be in the MLS. Great way to put it. Harry, if you're looking for a buyer, then maybe you could get something that's coming soon. One more here. I thought, yeah, I don't remember. There was one other that I want to do, but now we got too many comments, so I can't even keep up with it. So let's do this. Let's announce the winner of the Kindle. So today's prize, or yesterday's prize, for taking action and implementing. And this was the first person that I saw that not only took action, but then shared their results. And that is going to be, the winner of the Kindle is Allison Rizzi. So kudos. Let's everybody give Allison a round of applause. And Allison,
congrats, Allison.
Yes, we'll get with you afterward to find out where we can send you your prize. Doreen, always hard to get started, but once I do, it's easier than I thought. 100%. And Robert, you should check out Robert. Robert shared his the email that he sent, which is great. So one other thing that I want to share just as a lesson for everybody before we get into today's action item is I went live last night because this story was great. But if you missed it, which many of you did, because not many people saw it, I think because they were probably lived out from Josh for the day. But while we were live yesterday, literally while we were on this yesterday, I got a phone call, which I couldn't answer, obviously, because we were live on here. And it was a phone call from a homeowner that had a property specifically for the clients that I created my post about. Now, he didn't call from the post that I had created live. He called from another strategy and process that we're not going to unpack in this 5-day challenge because it requires a little bit more than what we can do in a day's action item. And I want to keep these tactical and strategic in nature for you, little bite-sized things that we can do to create opportunities right now. However, it is something that those of you that decide to join us at the end of the month for the 2-day live virtual boot camp, we will unpack that. Regardless, the point is this: when you take action, right? The universe rewards action. Whether it's God or some other belief that you have, whatever it is, when you take action, when you do the right work, when you put in the right work, the universe will reward you. It's maybe not instantaneously, but man, was that an incredible reminder for me that, we wrap up this call yesterday and I've got a voicemail from a guy. Actually, I didn't have a voicemail. This is another lesson. He actually didn't leave a voicemail. I just saw that I had a missed call, and I knew that it was a local number, and I knew that from some of the marketing I'd been doing, some people just don't leave voicemails. I called back. And so I have an appointment with the guy later in the week. Killer stuff. So take action. The universe rewards action for sure. All right. So let me just make sure that we are good here. And I lost the comments. How did I lose the comments? You guys had so many comments. Swipe left to reveal. There they are.
Comments are still coming in, Josh.
Yeah,
a lot of people are talking about the tremendous results they're getting with the strategies you shared yesterday.
Right on. Okay, so in honor of Texting Tuesday, which is I've been doing a live session just about every Tuesday for almost the last year. In honor of Texting Tuesday, your action item today is going to be to send text messages. And I'm going to give several options for you because I want to make sure that no matter where you are in your business, no matter what size database you have, what type of database, no matter what, you can implement this strategy. And in fact, you can do what I'm going to show you. You could do it through Facebook Messenger. You could do at least one of the scripts. You could do through Facebook Messenger. You could do it through LinkedIn, etc. So what I want to do is share those. Then I'm going to implement myself. You'll see me actually send out some broadcast text messages. And then we'll open it up for Q&A, and then we'll let you all get to it. And here's what I know about this group here, because we saw it yesterday already. Here's what I know about this group. Some of you will actually do this work while we're still live here, which means there's a very good chance that someone on here, maybe multiple people on here, will actually get a listing appointment while we're still live. Okay. That's what I know because it was happening yesterday. Maybe not listing appointments, but I know a number of you were literally implementing while we were on here and getting results, which is just phenomenal. And you are to be commended for that. So I have up here, you can see the screen, right, William?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I have up here what I call my seller script vault. Okay, my seller script vault. And maybe I'll share the whole vault with you, maybe. But for today, we're going to focus on a couple of different options of scripts that you can use. Okay, so 3 options for you. And for the real go-getters, you're going to do all 3. But the reason I'm giving you 3 is because I know we have some folks in here that are new, maybe don't have a database, you don't have past clients, you've never even gotten a listing, okay? And so I want to make sure that everyone leaves today's session with something they can do, okay? Something they can do. And the challenge is to send at least one of these 3 messages to at least 10 people, Now, for many of you, that's going to be easy peasy. I mean, it's going to be several zeros at the end of that. But so option 1 is a script that we're going to send to a buyer database. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you've got a list or a segment of your database that came in from some kind of buyer offer, maybe they came in through a specific property. Maybe if you're a KV Core user, it's people that came in from a property boost. Okay. So those are people interested in a specific property. Or maybe you've been using one of the strategies, our strategies, that the kind of things that we've done for years where you offer a curated list of, a free weekly list of new construction homes, or a free weekly list of recently price reduced homes, or a free weekly list of homes with land, something of that nature. But you've got a segment of your database that is buyer centric. So I'm going to give you a script for that. Then we're going to give you a very, very simple script that you can use for this segment of your database or for any seller leads, listing leads that you may have. And then number 3, I'm going to give you a simple script you can use just for anyone in your database where you don't have a database. I'm sorry, not anyone in your database, anyone in your sphere of influence where maybe you don't even have a database. You've not even generated a lead. You're literally brand new. You can literally go into your phone, find 10 contacts, and send them the text message that I'll give you. Or if that's uncomfortable for you, you can go on Facebook, find 10 local friends and send them a Facebook message with the script that I will give you. So let's go ahead. In fact, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do this by doing it, right? I'll share the scripts by me actually implementing the scripts. Okay. So I'm going into KV Core. That's where my database lives. And we're going to find a segment in there that we're going to send a broadcast text message to. And then you'll see the script that we're going to use. You might be using LionDesk. You might be using Sierra Interactive. You might be using Follow Up Boss. If you're using Follow Up Boss, you're going to have to manually do this. It's a little bit of a pain. But regardless of what platform you're using, there are typically options for you to send this message in a mass fashion. Oh, look at this. I tell you what, I love you guys. This is amazing. So Ken just posted in the comments, I just had someone call and give me a referral. What you say is so true. Ken is taking action. He's doing the work and the universe is rewarding him. Ken, kudos. You only have to give me a 10% referral fee. Just kidding. Sort of. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna create a segment here. We're gonna go in to filter out. Actually, no, we won't even do it this way. We're just gonna bring up a hashtag, and I'm gonna do. Is it Cumberland New Construction? New C. Yeah. Okay. So this is a segment of my database, and I'm gonna send. It's got 600. Wow, 644 contacts. I didn't even realize that. Oh, wait, maybe not. Anyway, we're going to do, in KV Core, we're going to do columns of 100 or rows of 100 rather. And so we're going to select all here, and I'm just going to quickly peruse to make sure that no one gets this who shouldn't. It's always good to just make sure. Caroline, probably no. And I just know that because we had Caroline out on the streets this weekend looking at houses. Cosette, my showing partner, crushing it with Caroline. All right. Looks pretty good. All right. So we're going to go up here. We're going to say mass text message, okay? And we are going to use this script. Hey, first name. You don't have to include that. I'm going to, but you don't have to. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we do find your dream home, do you have a home to sell first? Okay. Thanks, Josh, eXp Realty. Okay. This is what I call our reverse psychology script, the reverse psychology script. And there's a couple of different variations that you can use this for. But the reverse psychology part of this is, I know you're not ready to buy right now, okay? But the reality is, when you use this, you're going to get some people that are ready to buy right now. And that's great, right? The other thing is, there's an embedded command in here, an embedded command. It's a golly, I'm forgetting the word. It's a, I'm losing it. Embedded command, NLP. I'm sorry, it's an NLP embedded command. Buy right now. Buy right now. Even though I know we're saying, I know you're not ready to, but we're saying buy right now. Okay, little embedded command. But when we do find your dream home, right, that's an assumptive close that we're going to help them find their dream home. Do you have a home to sell first? Okay, so what we're doing with this is when they respond, we're creating our own sort of shadow inventory or silent market, which is foreshadowing for something we're going to do later in the week as well. This is a really powerful script and works like gangbusters. So I'm going to copy this before I hit send. Does everybody have this script? I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we do find your dream home, do you have a home to sell first? Or do you have a home you need? Do you have a home you need to sell first? We'll tweak it just slightly. And you know what? I want to try and keep it under 160 characters. So let's see if we can trim this down by 7. Let's see here. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we'll take the do, but when we find your dream home, do you have a home you need to sell first? Come on, 4 more characters. You know what? I'm just going to go. I'm going to take out the hey. Oh, somebody's calling. Might be another listing opportunity. Who knows? All right, so we're just going to go first name. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we find your dream home, do you have a home you need to sell first? Thanks, Josh EXP. Now, I want to give you a sort of meta lesson here within this. When you are sending broadcast messages like this, text messages like this, or even when you're sending it 1-to-1, this is so important. I'm going to go off the screen share. It is critically important that you keep the script you're using native to the platform, right? So a text message should not have like your email signature file with your full name, your brokerage info, your office number, blah, 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 blah. Like all of that stuff screams commercial intent. And there are 2 problems with that. Number 1, you then become the pushy salesperson in their mind. And 2, it may not even get delivered because some of the cell phone carriers are getting smarter about blocking out what they view as spam text messages. So you need to keep it conversational, just like I would send a message to William, right? Or to Ken or to Allison as a friend or family member, right? If it doesn't look like something you would send a friend or family member, don't send it. Don't send it, okay? Anybody unclear about that? Okay, we don't want a bunch of links. We don't want a bunch of gobbledygook. Just text. And ideally, if you can keep it short and sweet like this, even better. You know what? I'm gonna, just to make sure that I'm definitely under the limit here, I'm gonna get rid of that little there. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna send this. And then we're going to, oh boy, 643 of these. We may have to do this a couple of times here.
Send it.
Hit send, right? Hit send. When in doubt, push send. Let's see here. And if you have questions about this script or any thoughts to add, or maybe you have a slightly, cooler variation that you want to use, we'd love to see that in the comments. Just want to make sure. Looks like some of these are showing up twice, but who cares? Like you said, send it. Kelly. Okay. Let her rip.
I just wanted to jump in and tell a quick story from one of your previous trainings. You had given a similar message to send out. And I remember I got a call from one of the students and they said that they had been communicating with an investor property owner who had a duplex and they had since gone cold and they were no longer responding. And they sent out the text message similar to this and they responded back to them and they closed the listing. And she told me she got a check for $16,000 from what you had shared.
That is bananas. That is bananas. And you know what's funny is I think we're thinking of the same from the same sort of challenge or training. There was another agent who had gotten 2 listings that I want to say volume wise would accounted for like 5 million in volume from one little thing.
Tiny hinges swing big
Yep.
doors.
Amen to that. Some of these seem to be duplicates. So what I'm going to do in the interest of time, because I do want to allow some time for Q&A, we're going to go to script number 2. Okay. So that's the script that you can use with the buyer database. It's the reverse psychology script. I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we do find you that dream home, do you have a home to sell that you need to sell first? I'm already getting some people to respond. Some of them not so nicely, but hey, what are you going to do? All right, let's go to the seller script. Okay, so now we're going to segment out. Actually, I'm going to segment out, and we're going to look at seller specific. Okay, now what seller leads might you have to do this with? Okay, there are, maybe you've got for sale by owner leads. Maybe you've got a database of old home value leads. Maybe you're getting Z buyer seller leads. That's a source that I've actually had some success with of late. Maybe you've got some other source. I know that. What's the other one? There are several lead vendors out there that do seller leads. Maybe you have some other source. Maybe you have an in-house source. Regardless, this is a message you would send specifically when you know that they were a seller lead of some kind. Okay. So I want to find a segment of this. Let's do the Cumberland. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. Let's find this segment. Bear with me a minute. I want to make sure that we're getting the right segment here. So listings. Oh, where are they? Doggone it.
And in the comments box, Jim just jumped in and said that he just sent out 1,035 texts. He says that he loves KV Core.
Oh boy, 1,000. Jim, you're going to be busy. You are going to be busy, my friend. You have just invoked a pile of opportunity flying at you with that many. I should have maybe done given a little warning.
Yeah, definitely, with all seriousness, because this form of direct response marketing, sometimes it works really well. And what happens when you get inundated with phone calls coming back, sometimes they're a little bit harder to manage. So on the first round of messaging, if you do have a larger database, you may want to be incremental with it. Start out with 100, 200, 300, or even 10, 20, 30 to see what the response is, and then go for the second wave.
Yeah, totally. Breaking it down. Okay, here it is. I found the segment. Sorry, and thank you for. So this is a small little list. Okay, small little list, but it's enough for me to demonstrate for you this little script here. So this one is going to be more of a direct, a direct call to action. Right. So we're just going to, we know that they are a seller, and I'm going to go to my script vault here. We know that they are a seller, or they came in as a seller lead. And so we're going to go with, this one. Okay. We're going to go with this one. Now we might go with this script if they were a for sale by owner or a motivated cash offer type of lead. Just curious, is your home at blank address still available? And maybe as a little bonus, we'll do that one as well. So I'm going to go back over here. Are you still interested in selling your home in Hampden Township? Okay, very direct call to action, short and sweet. Are you still interested in X? Okay. Are you still interested in X? Let's go ahead here. And well, we don't have to demonstrate using this other script. You've got this one here as well. Just curious, is your home at address still for sale. Now, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do if you don't have any of these? Okay, because we had a couple of people yesterday, and they're newer, and they were like, "Well, I don't, what if I don't have a buyer? I haven't taken any listings, and similar things like that." So what can we do if that's the case? Well, we can reach out in our phones, and we can send something along these lines in here. So you might send something along these lines. With everything that's transpired and is happening with COVID, I have to ask, are you living in your dream or ideal home right now? You might send that, and you might personalize that, make that feel a little more personalized or more fitting to your personality. Okay. Any of these scripts, you should definitely always match it to your personality and the words and the language that you use, right? You don't want to use my words. You want to use your words. Okay. Here's another one. Or here's another way you could word this. With everything that's going on in the world right now, just curious, are you living in your dream home right now? Okay. So that's one. You could literally you could go into Facebook, find local friends, local contacts, people in your sphere. And I don't know that I would go directly with this. Maybe have some light banter. Maybe look for people. This would be a way for you to look to decide or have a reason why you reached out. Maybe they engaged with a post. Maybe you posted a picture recently on Facebook and they engaged with that picture. And it gives you a reason to reach out. Hey, saw you popped up in my Facebook feed, haven't chatted in a while. How are things going, or how's the family, right? And just spark up a conversation, and then you can transition into something like this. You might also say, just curious, with everything that's going on in the world right now, have you, I'm just curious. Oh, we already said, just curious. With everything that's going on in the world right now, have you had, right now, easy enough, have you had any thoughts of selling in 2021? Okay. You can send it by text, manually in your phone. You can send it by Facebook Messenger. You can send it as an Instagram DM. You could send it as a LinkedIn post. So here is your assignment. Here is your assignment. Some of you already have completed it. Matt, 25 cent, one reply already. Jim, obviously, he's already gotten 1,000 text messages out. So here's your task for today. A minimum of 10. A minimum of 10. Okay. You could use one, or you can use all three of the variations, right? So we've got the buyer centric, we've got the seller centric, and then we've got the sphere of influence. And any one of those, pick your poison. I don't know why. Why pick your poison? No one wants to pick poison. Pick your preference. What's that?
Pick your candy.
Yeah, pick your candy. I don't know what.
Who's your candy bar?
Yeah, choose your pleasure. Pick your pleasure, and just implement at least 10. Now, many of you are gonna like I already said. Jim has already he's 100x'd 10. Brandy, 4 replies to the first text sent to 62 people. Jim has already gotten 11 replies, and I bet that Jim has more than that. KV Core probably just can't keep up because he sent 1,000. Here's what you can expect. Here's what you can expect from experience when you send out a broadcast text message like that. Depending on the message and depending on the audience, you can expect to get responses from anywhere from 20% up to 50 or 60% even. here's what you can also expect. You're going to get some people that are frustrated. You're going to get some people that politely or not so politely ask you never to contact them again. And you know what? That's okay. You know why? Because you weren't going to sell them a house anyway. And now you can get them out of your environment and never have to worry about them again. So please do not let that discourage you. Like, that is 100% normal and to be expected. And in fact, if you're not getting any of that, it's probably because you're not doing enough. You're not taking enough action. I got the Butterfinger. Oh, I get the Butterfinger, Ron says. Right on. I'm a big Butterfinger fan as well. For some reason, no one in my house but me likes Butterfinger, which means on Halloween, I get all the Butterfinger goodness coming to me. I don't know why, man. That's one of my favorites, Ron. So we are kindred spirits in that way. A number of you asked about getting the scripts. So here's what I will do. We actually sell that document as a standalone little offer that we have. But I am going to give it to all of you, no cost or obligation, right? Because this is a free 5-day challenge. I will add it to the description of this live session as soon as we're wrapped up. So
yeah,
you'll have those.
Maybe we could tie it into our prize for today also, because I definitely wanted to give away another Kindle tablet. So maybe for tomorrow, because tomorrow I think is going to be the best day of the entire challenge. But I think for tomorrow, maybe whoever gets the best response, or maybe if somebody actually signs a listing contract from the text messages today, which does happen, whoever does that, in addition to whatever else you would like to add to today's prize, I think that's a good idea.
I love that idea. And how about we do this? Because getting a listing agreement signed in less than 24 hours, though I believe at least one of you in here could do that. Let's have verified listing appointment. And we'll come up with, so we're going to give away a Kindle, another Kindle tomorrow, and we'll come up with something else to knock your socks off. We have to figure that out. We'll figure that out and make it happen. Allison just sent 100. Having my team do it too. So Jim's got a team, so he's sending to his leads, and then he's got his the folks in his team also leveraging that opportunity as well. What questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas do we have before we let everybody get to replying to all the responses they're getting from those of you that are already taking action and implementing? And while we're waiting for those questions, Lisa said, I made an email and a text from Day One Content and sent it out. I don't want to bomb them. I'll definitely send out tomorrow, though. Right on. And Lisa, what I would challenge you, was there any segments of your database that you didn't send out to, right? Pick a buyer segment that you didn't send something out to yesterday and send that. Maybe you did send the email to all, who knows? But what questions do you have? Laura, I got Laura Cook responded to my text. No, I will not be selling. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Now we know, right? Now we don't have to invest any more energy or technology into Laura. Michelle, 48 cent already. Michelle, kudos to you. Let's get an update for some more. Brandy, you had 4 replies a couple of minutes ago. You probably have it's probably up to 8 or 10 by now. We will get the scripts added to the description of this. 48 cent. Any questions, comments, thoughts to share? If not, we'll let everybody get to taking action. Those who have not as of yet, anyway. Let's do this while we're waiting. As a means of encouragement to you, let's take a look at the old text machine here. Let's see what kind of replies we got. Chad Scott sent 100 text, 15 replies already. Fletcher, 76 cent. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are freaking awesome. I love when people take action. They suspend disbelief and just do it. Nothing to it but to do it. No, I won't be selling. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. What is Patty saying yes to? I think she must have been saying yes to the, oh yeah. Yeah, she was saying yes to the, do you have a home to sell? Right on, Patty. Okay, this is great. This is great. So what do you say? What do you say when you send the buyer script and they say yes? So let me know your thoughts. We'll crowdsource an answer here. How would you respond? So Patty got the message that said, I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when we do find you your dream home, do you have a home that you need to sell first? What would you ask? What would you reply to that? I would love to see some crowdsourced thoughts to that. Come on, people. I know you all are better at a lot of this stuff than I am. I'm just the voice of the crowd here. Oh, you all are being shy? You all are being shy? All right. So right on, Patty. What's the address of your current property? Okay. I could ask that, right? What else could I ask? Or how else could I frame that question? That maybe is a little different way of, Kathy says, I would love to get together and see your home and give you an idea of value. When are you looking to move? Okay. George, perfect. Right on. Ask what they are looking for. Upgrade or downsize. Now we're cooking, people. Now we're cooking. I knew we had a smart group here. You guys are smart.
I'd like to interject also that when communicating with people via text message, I always like to use the one hand rule. And you have to understand that people are communicating with you, holding a telephone with one hand, typing with one finger. So when you're communicating on that method, it's better to be very vanilla and ask questions that are easy to answer to engage communication. Because somebody may look at a question that has a sophisticated component to it and have the best intention of responding, and then something happens and then they get sidetracked. So when you're communicating, just remember the one hand rule and communicate on that paradigm.
I love it. And you guys, great stuff coming in. This is killer content from Jeffrey and Kathleen and Janelle and Lisa and Ken and Hillary and Michael and George and Kathy. What I would caution you against, but ultimately it's your business, I would caution you against going right for the appointment. I would ask them another short, punchy question. So what I'm going to do is right on, Patty. So will you be looking to trade up, or will you be downsizing? Okay. I'm not saying that this is the right answer, right? This is just what I'm going to use in this example, but it illustrates like what William had just said. What how did you say it? The one palm rule, the one hand rule?
Yeah, it's the one hand rule. And just to remember that you're communicating with somebody that's typing with one finger. So they're holding a phone in one hand and they're typing with one finger. And so you have to know, based upon their best intentions, you have to give them the greatest opportunity to respond. So when you ask them simple questions that require short answers, you get engaged. And when they get into the habit of responding to you, they stay in that habit of response.
Jeffrey says right size could be up or down. Yeah, the problem is then I don't know. I like it to be a binary question where it's easy for them to answer. But I'm not even saying that was the quote unquote right response. So this is Heather, who said she's renting right now. Okay. So I know this is a listing challenge, but we're not going to let that go. Right. She responded. So right on, Heather, when are you thinking about making a move? Okay. So let's see what else we got here. And we're going to wrap this up. We're going to make sure that we keep this under an hour. And I didn't mean for this to go to Cindy because I already have Cindy. Cindy's already on my short list. You know what? I'm going to call her actually outside of this. No, we already found a place. Thank you. So we can take that off. No. This one's saying already found a place. Oh, that was the same one. Sometimes it's weird the way they string them together in here. So this is somebody who wants to unsubscribe. No big deal. We can make that happen. No, I'm renting right now. No, I won't be selling. So here's how I respond to these. Got it. Thanks, Laura. If there's anything at all we can do to help or support you in any way, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks, Josh. Okay. Like, you never know, right? Just because she doesn't want to sell. Oh, here's how I could have even done a better job. Golly, I should have taken a minute to think about it. I could have asked, do you know anybody in your neighborhood, or have you heard anyone in your neighborhood talking about selling? That's how I should have handled that better. Live and learn. You'll do better than I did. If you deal with landlords, this is also a great thing to ask the landlords. Absolutely. Absolutely. When is your lease up? I have a few ideas, Jeffrey said. That was to the renter. I love that. You guys are awesome. This is, man, I'm getting as much. So I said yesterday, I think I said it. If I didn't, let me say it today, is very transparently, this challenge is as much for me as it is for all of you, because it's getting me focused on the right things. It's getting me focused on getting listings, and I get to learn from you amazing, smart killers out there who are making things happen. So Heather responded. Oh, listen, yeah, this is beautiful. Heather said, getting married in April and need, let me see here. So we're getting married in April, and after we will look more seriously. We need to also apply for home loans to be able to see what we can and can't afford. So beautiful. And I'm just saying, this is going to be a beautiful story to use as yesterday's strategy. So when they are ready, we can tell the story of, hey, a couple that I'm working with, they're newlyweds, Heather and whatever her fiance's name is, they're looking for a home in XYZ. So it turns into a very, a perfect opportunity to do the kind of marketing that we showed yesterday. Jim says, I rarely do these sort of things, but wow, these ideas are cash money. I need to come to more trainings. Amen to that, Jim. You need to. All right. So I'm going to follow up with this. William, do you have any final thoughts for the folks for today before we tee up tomorrow?
I just want to tell everybody that tomorrow is going to be probably my favorite day, the most exciting day. And Josh, what you shared here with the text messages, I want to mirror what Jim said. This stuff is cash money, especially in the market environment that we're in, which I would probably equate to being a seller's market stage one, where sellers are kind of controlling the market to an extreme degree. This is unique because a majority of the people you're communicating with are unique to you. And it's something actionable that you can do when you're sitting at your desk. And I'm just really, really pleased with the content that you're sharing. And so I wanted to clarify the prize for tomorrow. Now that Josh said getting a signed listing agreement would probably be too much for tonight, so I'll backpedal a little bit. And I'll say, whenever you get the responses that come in from your text message, whoever gets the best response, just type it into the comment box on this video, and we'll continue to go through it as the day progresses. And whoever gets the best response, whether it be 10 responses and 2 appointments booked, or I met with a person last night, whoever gets the most exhilarating response, me and Josh will make a universal decision as to who gets the Kindle for tomorrow. But I just want to say that, when you guys like the content and stuff that Josh was sharing to help you get listings today, tomorrow is going to be the day where you're going to know why this is the free February listings challenge, because there is going to be somebody at the end of this challenge that has more listings than they have right now. So I just want to say that and preface that for tomorrow. I'll pass it back over to you, Josh.
Right on, right on. So one quick tactical thing here. So this is my follow-up to Heather, and we've got another great idea for how to follow up with this. I just said, got it, makes perfect sense. Would you like me to connect you with our lending partner so you can see where you're at? Jeffrey said, if I can show you how to save money when buying so you can put that money to your wedding, would that be of interest to you? I love that as well. I love that as well. Jim says, I got one that said blank off. Do I win? Caleb said, I sent 482 texts. Right on. So here's what we're going to do tomorrow. First of all, I'm going to send this, and then we're going to stop the screen share because it's time to get serious. It's time to get serious again here. So tomorrow we're going to unpack the FSBO framework that I use and that a lot of really successful people in my organization use as well. And if I can, I'm gonna try and twist the arm of one of my partners, Bruce, so he can come on. We're gonna give you the framework. We're gonna give you the scripts to use and the specific action items. And then if I can get him to come on, and if not tomorrow, we'll get him on someday this week, have him share his process and give you real life examples of how he has taken listings the last 2 Saturdays using the framework that we're going to share tomorrow. Okay, so this isn't theory, it's not hypothetical. This is stuff that's working in all different kinds of markets in all different areas. And if you think there aren't for sale FSBOs in your market, my guess is you're probably wrong. Are there maybe fewer, and are they actually able to sell their house in such a hot market? Yeah, maybe more are able to successfully do that than in a normal market or normal market conditions, but there's still massive opportunity. And here's what I can also tell you. If you establish the relationship for the for sale by owner and the deal, the transaction doesn't go through, which happens a lot, even in the current market conditions, they're going to be frustrated and be welcoming you with open arms as the one that has already established rapport and relationship with them. So awesome job. You already taking action. I can't wait. I can't wait to check out all of the additional comments and posts that I'm going to see all throughout tonight, like we did yesterday, about the number of replies you've gotten, the number of appointments you've set. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, given the fact that some of you are 3 hours behind on the West Coast, I'm not going to put it past one of you, or maybe even more than one of you, to come on tomorrow with a signed listing agreement. I'm not going to put it past you. So, William, thank you. All of you, I appreciate all of the interaction, the encouragement. I appreciate the fact that you are action takers and implementers. And I can't wait for tomorrow's session, and I can't wait to see your results as they trickle in throughout the night. So take action, post in the comments, share your results, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, and it's going to be a good one.